Shalom, this is your brother Amath coming back with another video. And before we get started off on our video, I want to give all glory, all honor, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, prophet and teaching is true. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect who are scattered amongst other nations, who may look like the other nations. Going back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the people being the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that we know today. Esau being the so-called white man who is the wicked in Job 9 and 24. And I want to go into this video entitled The Tares of the Field, the Tares in the Field, Salaki. And, go into the understanding of, why some of us, some of the Jakes might think that that everybody of color, are part of the nations, the 12 tribes of Israel, but they're really not. But not knowing that, some of the people that might look like us or of the heathen nations, and some of our people that look like the heathen nations are actually, the Israelites. A lot of people would think that it's just a color thing, which is not. It's really a spiritual type of thing. Well, it is a spiritual thing. And, you always supposed to have discernment and be able to discern between, who's a Jake and who's of the other nations. But but everything stems back down to the bloodline and to the seed of the father. And I want to get that in Numbers 1 and 18. And they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declare their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of their names, from 20-year-old and upward by their polls. And as you can see, it's not dealing all with colors. It's always going off the seed of the father. And it's not, the woman that deals. It's not the woman that decides, which the child is going to be, through their bloodline, but it's actually the man, because it says by the house of their fathers. And, the fathers carry that seed, and the father would, sow that seed into his field, which is his rib, his wife. And she would bear forth his fruit, and which would be his children. And when you go into the pedigrees, it goes back to, the genealogy of the ancestors, going back to the bloodline, and our bloodline being Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I want to go into Matthew 13 and 24. It says, the tares among the wheat. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. And that good man, and that man that sowed that good seed is Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And that good seed is the children of Israel. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. And and the reason why, and that enemy that had sowed that tares among the wheat, was the wicked, was Esau. When he had us captives during slaves, when we was scattered amongst all the heathen nations, as Yahweh has told us before. When we could go to Deuteronomy 4 and 27, due to the reason of us not listening to the Most High, not hearkening to his voice and taking heed to him, and following the law, statutes, or commandment which was given unto us as a covenant. And Yahweh shall scatter you amongst the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathens, whither Yahweh shall lead you. Right? And that's the reason why, we were scattered, and why people had went through these things we'll be going through today. We go to Deuteronomy 28 and 30, and it says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the fruits thereof. And the main part is on, in the first verse, in that first part, it says, "Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her." And during our captivity when we were slaves, Esau had took a hold of our woman during slavery, and laid with her and came unto her, and she bare forth his seed, and that seed had became mingled with our people, and had brought forth a terror. And that's how some of our people, some of the heathen nations might look like our people, but in actuality is actually the heathens. It's not part of our flock. It's not part of our covenant. And in which that brought forth the bastards. And we can get that in Deuteronomy 23 and 2. And it says, "A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of Yahweh." So even though they might look like us, they still not going to be able to be part of this covenant, no matter what. Even though you got that skin complexion or whatever it is, saying that your mother is an Israelite, that don't mean nothing, because it's always stemming back down to the father. And you would never, they would never be a part of our congregation. And we're gonna go back to Matthew 13. You're gonna read from 27, and it says, "So the servants of the household, slacking. So the servants of the household that came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed into thy field? From whence then hath it tares? And he said unto him, An enemy has done this. And the servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them." And that's right. A lot of people today, they think that if they would have went and gathered up, try to gather up the tares, they'll also be gathering up the people, because they don't have that spiritual discernment, through the wisdom, understanding, and understanding of the word, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of this word, this gospel that is being spoken about today, and you'll have to be sifted out. And we're gonna read from 30, and it says, "Let both grow together until the harvest, and in time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn." And the reapers being, the angels that is being the angels, and the tares being that wicked, the Esau and the other heathen nations, and that barn, the barn being the chariots, which we a lot of people ignorantly call, UFOs, UAPs, etc., etc. That's the chariots that the angels and the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Yahushai, are in today. And the way they will be sift is Amos 9 and 9. And it says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel amongst all the nations, like a corn is sifted in the sea, yet shall not the least rain fall upon the earth." And Yahweh Shai will send his angels, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will send his son and the angels to come and sift, the elect from his people, the good fruits from the people, and take them away, and let the rest be burned up into the lake of fire. And Yahweh knows all. He knows who is of his who knows who his people is, his true people is, and who not his people is, and who the next elects will be. And we can get that in get that in Acts 15 and 18. This is Acts 15 and 18. It said, "Known unto the Most High are all his works from the beginning of the world." And the Most High knows who his people are and who is not. He knows who's the elect and who's not the elect. Who he knows who the Israelites and who are of the heathens. Because everything was predestined from the beginning of the time in our own lots. The Most High knowing these things before anything was created, before time was in existence altogether. He knows all. And we'll go back to Matthew, but we're gonna go down to 36. And this is the text explained when Yahushua explains, the parable to his to his disciples. And Yahushua sent the multitude away and went to the house, and the disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. And he answered and said unto him, He that soweth good seed is the Son of Man, and the Son of Man is Yahushua. And the field is the world, and the good seeds are the children of the kingdom. The children of the kingdom are the Israelites, like we have spoken of. But the tares are the children of the wicked ones, and the wicked ones are Esau and the other heathen nations. And it says, the enemy that sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. And the end of the world is going to be coming with World War III, and that lake of fire, which is what's going to happen in Babylon the Great, which is Sodom and Egypt, spiritually, which is America altogether. And it's going to happen through nuclear missiles, the ICBM missiles, nuclear destruction, which is going to make that lake of fire, which is going to happen on America. And it says, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned into the fire, so shall it be the end of the world. And the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out his kingdom all the things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire, and there shall be wailing and gnashing of the teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their fathers. Who have ears to hear, and let them hear. And Yahushua will send forth his angels to sift his elect and his prophets up, to be called up to the Son of Man into the chariots. And it says in 43, they shall shine, the righteous shine forth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the son in the kingdom of their fathers. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. And we could go to Jeremiah 31 and 33. And we go read from 31 on to 33. And it says, Behold, the day come, said Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they broke, although I was an husband unto them, said Yahweh. And the Israelites, the children of Israel, was called like a woman because we was married to the Most High. Because Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, are the only men that we supposed to worship. And we was married unto Yahweh because he was the only power that we were supposed to worship to this day. He is the only true power, not these other idols that is upon this earth today, which y'all call upon. And it says, but this shall be a covenant that I will make the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh, and I'll put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And that new covenant is going to be coming through, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, through the Son. And the new covenant is going to come when he comes and he collects the elect that was chosen before time, which was predestined to be called up to Yahushua, to be brought into that new covenant, to be saved through that first through the first go around, and the new covenant is when they get beamed up into the chariots and be given their new bodies, and have the laws and statutes be imparted in their inward parts and written into their hearts. So they always, keep the law, statutes, and commandments to 100%, and always worship Yahweh, and he will be pure. And that's all I got from the scriptures. for the video, but I wanted to go into this website, and it says the 1863 slave children. And as you can see, how the slave masters would impregnate our women, and they would come out as terrorists. You can see Jake on the left, and the heathen on the right, or it could be either way. But in actuality, Jake on the left, and that so-called white on the right. It says these portraits of emancipated slave children from New Orleans were created as a part of the campaign to raise money for their education and broadly to generate sympathy for the plight of the slaves at a time when many in the North were growing fatigue of the bloodshed of the Civil War. And it says published in Harper's Weekly, distributed as individual Carsey visit. The images were startling because they presented slaves dressed in fine clothes similar to what the children of the white middle-class family might wear. But even more significant than the dress of the staging of the children were the children themselves. Several of them had pale skins and smooth hair, looking nothing like the typical image of the black slaves. And, as you can see, these kids, being sold by, Esau, during slavery, when these kids grew up, they'll go and sleep with, our people and be mingled with them. And, that's how, during the, during our time, we'll get mingled up. And a lot of people that might look like us might be of the heathen nation, and our people that might look like the heathen nation, would be the Israelites, because, what happened to us, during that time. And, just a couple of pictures so you can see. But, yeah, that's all I have. Lord willing, this video was edifying. And with all that, I have to say, giving our praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakah, Hakadosh, double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone who rule well, prophet and teaching the truth. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect who are scattered amongst other nations, who are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that we know today. Esau being the so-called wicked in Job 9 and 24. And with all that, I have to say, Shalom.